Explosion at Laakso hospital construction site injures 2 workers in Helsinki. Helsinki cracks down on unauthorized summer camping expansions. Finnish telecoms block millions of scam calls during summer. Severe doctor shortage in Pohjois-Savo leaves thousands waiting for care. Friday afternoon, an explosion related to rock quarrying occurred at the Laakso hospital construction site in Tulo, Helsinki, injuring 2 workers. The explosion happened at 14:39 when a previously unexploded charge from earlier quarrying was triggered. According to Fire Chief Ville Estlander, one of the injured workers was an excavator operator. Rock debris flew over 100 meters, damaging several cars parked on Stembekinkatu. The police cordoned off the area, and the damaged vehicles were moved. Witness Alexei Tyra, who heard the explosion from his home, described the sound as resembling the pop of a giant champagne bottle, which caused a sense of fear. The city of Helsinki is conducting a campaign to regulate summer camping areas, where many residents have illegally expanded and turned them into private gardens. New regulations have been introduced and will be more strictly enforced to ensure these areas remain public spaces for everyone. Residents are required to reduce their camping areas to the permitted size and remove any unsuitable items or structures. Violations must be rectified by the end of the year, and excessively expanded areas will be forcibly reduced. Telecom operators in Finland have blocked millions of scam calls from abroad throughout the past summer. Telia blocked about 2.5 million calls in just June and July, while Elisa intercepted nearly 1 million scam calls during the same period. DNA reported blocking an average of 10,700 calls per day between April and June. The number of scam calls has significantly decreased compared to last year, thanks to new technical measures and regulations from Traficom, but other forms of fraud, such as fake messages, remain a threat. The shortage of doctors in the Pohjois-Savo region of Finland is becoming increasingly severe, with up to 25% of doctor positions in health centers remaining unfilled. The situation was particularly difficult in Kuopio this past summer, where many doctor positions had no applicants. To cope, the region has relied on outsourcing temporary contracts. However, the shortage of doctors has left more than 3,000 people waiting for non-urgent medical care, with wait times potentially extending from 2 to 3 months. The individuals planning terrorist attacks at Taylor Swift's concerts in Vienna were mostly teenagers aged 15 to 19. Recently, Austrian police arrested 4 suspects, 3 of whom had been previously detained. The suspects include a 19-year-old Austrian citizen of North Macedonian descent, a 17-year-old Austrian citizen of Turkish-Croatian descent, and an 18-year-old refugee from Iraq. They had learned from social media and belonged to a new generation of terrorists that Professor Peter Newman calls TikTok jihadists. Studies show that teenagers are playing an increasingly significant role in terrorist plots in Europe. Electricity prices on the exchange in Finland dropped to the lowest in Europe in July, thanks to a strong increase in supply and low demand. However, experts predict this situation is unlikely to repeat. The main reasons include strong nuclear power production, growth in solar and wind energy, and limitations on exporting electricity abroad. Nevertheless, electricity prices in Finland are expected to rise when the S-Link 2 transmission line between Finland and Estonia is repaired in September, allowing more electricity to be sold abroad. The Finnish government is planning to stop paying national pensions to Finns living abroad from the beginning of 2025. This decision has caused concern and dissatisfaction among the Finnish expatriate community, many of whom fear they will have to return to Finland due to the loss of income. According to them, returning to Finland could end up costing the state more, as it would have to pay for welfare and pensions. The plan is expected to affect around 24,000 people. Kela, Finland's social insurance institution, warns that the bill could face legal challenges related to EU law. In Finland, more than half of children can read at least some words by the time they enter first grade, but not all understand what they read. Professor Marja Kristina Lurkinen from the University of Jyväskylä notes that while many children are learning to read earlier than before, understanding and using information from texts requires more effort. Basic reading skills do not equate to deep comprehension of texts. Lurkinen emphasizes the importance of practice and family support, including exposure to books and a reading-friendly environment at home. According to her, the gap in reading and text comprehension is evident in studies like PISA, where 1/5 of 9th graders have very poor reading skills. In the future, Aurinkojärvi will become an attractive resort destination with a beach and various tourist services. The area is undergoing significant transformation, covering up to 100 hectares. Currently, the artificial lake is being built on the site of a former quarry. Water will gradually fill the lake, but it will take 3 to 4 years to reach a depth of 8 meters. Basic infrastructure, such as roads, water, and electricity systems, is being constructed. The beach is expected to be ready in about 4 years, while the entire tourist area will be completed within 10 years. The major film based on the Kalevala epic, titled Kalevala, Kalervan Tarina, will officially premiere in early 2026, directed by Antti J. Jokinen. The film has been in planning and development for over 20 years and will begin shooting in September in the Nurmes area of North Karelia, Finland. To authentically recreate this historical tale, a 12th century Kalevala village will be constructed there. The film features leading actors such as Elias Salonen and Eero Aho. If you haven't had the chance to visit the summer art exhibitions, be sure to experience the following 5 highlights. At the Atheneum Art Museum in Helsinki, the exhibition of Eero Jarnefeldt's works has attracted over 200,000 visitors and will close on August 25. The Tuntiden Arkeologia exhibition by sculptor Tommi Toija at Taidehalli Helsinki is also drawing attention, with 21,000 visitors. In Kerava, the Amima X Demolition Art exhibition at an old store slated for demolition is a popular destination, attracting nearly 30,000 visitors. At the Tampere Art Museum, the Hyper exhibition stands out with surreal works about the human body. Finally, the Manta Art Festival with the theme of nature is also a must-see before summer ends.